can't hear because there are no listeners. Simple as that. Simple as that. Go to Isaiah chapter 21. I'll show you a powerful verse. Verse 6 to 8. For thus the Lord said to me, go set a watchman. Let him announce what he sees. When he sees riders, horsemen in pairs, riders on donkey, riders on camels, let him listen diligently, very diligently. Then he who saw cried out, upon a watchtower I stand, O Lord. He's talking about himself. O Lord, continually by day, and at my post I am stationed whole nights. This is God directly telling him. He said, listen, I want you to place a watchman whose only condition is to see and hear. Their only job is to hear diligently. Hear diligently. This is where many people miss out on, because we don't take time to listen diligently, forget very diligently. So it's not enough that you diligently take time to hear for your family. You have to hear for your children. You have to hear for your spouse. You have to hear. You have to see, and you have to hear. You have to see and you have to hear. Sometimes you'll see just riders coming on horse. Some you will see riders coming on donkeys. Some you will see riders on camels. You have to be able to differentiate all the three. The guys coming on the horse is different from the guys coming on the camels. Horse is readying for battle. Are you following what I'm saying? Camels are businessmen. Donkeys are travelers. So you have to be able to differentiate between a donkey and a horse, because you will call for a false alarm. For some people, everything is a demonic attack. Everybody is a witchcraft. Everybody that they see that they've never seen before in the church. Oh, she was staring, her eyes was rolling. You have to differentiate between a horse and a camel and a donkey. If not, you will give false alarm. And some people, we need to come to a place where it's okay for us to say, oh, I'm sorry, I thought it was a horse, but don't worry, it's a donkey. But some people's insecurity is so high that they don't want to take it back. So they will treat a camel as a horse, and they will kill the benefit because they don't want to let go. So God is bringing somebody into your life that is going to be a blessing to you, but your heart is so full of ego, you don't want to let go that you are wrong. So because of inferiority complex, you will kill the blessing that was supposed to come to your house. Listen diligently and very diligently. That is very important. Don't just see, but hear. Don't just see, but hear. Every vision that you hear should have an interpretation from God. Because every vision must be interpreted by the one who is receiving the vision. So the vessel that receives the word, God gives that person according to his vocabulary. Now that being said, can God give you a vision and make your pastor interpret? Yes, because that is why God makes me a shepherd, right? He said leadership, right? So you need to hear diligently. Diligently and very diligently. In other words, some people are diligent enough to say, God, say something about it. Lord, I saw a dream. What are you saying? Got nothing? Okay, forget the dream. No. You have to stay in the presence of God and say, God, talk to me about it. Talk to me about it. Another good rule of thumb is when there is too much confusion in something, let it go. Just forget it. If God really wants to speak to you, he will give you many more dreams, many more visions. You don't need to try to interpret everything that is chaotic, because God is not the author of confusion. So not just diligence, very diligent. And God is saying, I will speak, but I need somebody who is willing to stand on the post. Now that's where I was heading with that point. We do not hear God because we don't have people that are listeners. Let's read from verse 8. Then he who saw cried out, upon a watchtower I stand. And the second part of the words, and at my post I am stationed whole night. God can only speak if there is a listener at the post. If you're not at the post, you cannot hear. If you're not at the post, you cannot hear. Your capacity to hear is directly related to the position where you stand with God. Amen. When you are disconnected and you're not in the post that you're supposed to stand, you will not be able to hear. How many of you are understanding when I say, oh, but I am so tired, Pastor, I'm so tired. Yes, I understand you're tired, but if you don't stand as a watchman in the night, nobody said standing as a watchman in the night was a beautiful, luxurious job. Nobody said that. Anybody say, I love night shifts? Night shifts are exhausting. How many of you understand what I'm saying? It is tiring. It's physically exhausting. That's the point of the watchman. Because you're willing to pay a price, you see and hear what nobody else can see and hear. The reason why some people see visions and hear prophecies is because they're willing to pay a price to stand in a position when everybody is enjoying beautiful rest. When you stay in your post, you will be rewarded.